Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maria. Thank you for being here. Please make sure to leave a thumbs up, a comment below, and press the subscribe button so that we can keep growing the channel and that these messages make it to your subscriber feed. Today's message is going to be for those. Wow, I am having such a hard time talking today. Today's message is going to be for those who know that their life has changed or is changing, and they're moving through the remnants of the knowing of that within themselves. Like, the energy feels like it's pretty clear that things have changed, that things are different. There's a reason why certain people aren't as prominent in our life, or there's certain reasons why our businesses or our activities or our relationships, work, all of these things are starting to feel different and even look different, and we might be acting in accordance to a future that we've told ourselves we want. And so there might be changes and shifts happening that are actually coming to fruition and actually being implemented. And the message today is for those that need to hear, like, your life is different, and it's just these little remnants of guilt or shame that's kind of keeping us in connection to past versions of self, or past versions of relationships or connections or work, or our relationship to money. But yeah, just very strongly, like, life is different. It is different. But anyway, with that today, I'm going to pull on the inner masculine and feminine energies, see what's going on there, see what energies are kind of at play within that change, and how that might be wowzers. How that might be affecting our ability to see our new life clearly, because it does feel like that's already happened. It's like there's no going back, almost. Like, or you could, I guess, if you wanted to keep choosing to invest in things that aren't aligned with the future you said you want, but no going back in the sense of, like, things have already changed. I had to take my own advice yesterday in the video. I was talking about, like, letting our minds be kind of heard, and just, like, kind of let whatever needs to be said within ourselves, from ourselves, be heard. And I needed to take that advice too, so I did do that. But if you haven't watched that video, I'd go and watch it. It was a really, really cool message for those that have been really deep in their own personal development for a long period of time, and it was very geared towards this message as well, so it might be for you also. Let's see. Let's go with inner feminine first. What's the energy of our inner feminine energy? What is she doing? So 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups. Yeah, 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups. Inner masculine themes. Inner union. Oh, golly. Inner union. One more for masculine, please. Okay. Whew. Okay, let's start with inner feminine. So 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups. The energy here is very much like you have, or you are walking away from things, and that's that's the tangible kind of image I'm getting. But this is more so in the sense of, like, you are leaving behind the things that weren't fulfilling. Very 8 of Cups energy. But deeper than that, it's our can you continue to choose to do that? And that's like the space you're in, is life is different. And now it's the practicing of being in the energy of this new life. But the Nine of Cups energy is very much like choosing self-fulfillment and trusting yourself. Like this inner feminine energy is really having to trust our inner masculine's ability to keep choosing to move forward in that energy and hold those boundaries. And she's having to be really receptive of that as well, because a lot of the times in our internal dynamics and our internal polarities, what happens is the masculine's pretty vocal about the boundaries that need to be set, or the anger we feel, or the frustration we have when we're investing energy. But it is also up to the feminine to be able to trust that and not fall into the shame, the guilt, the people pleasing. And so also the victim mentality, or like when we feel guilt, we feel this need to like go and try again or rectify something again so that we feel better about ourselves. And this energy is very much not like that. It's like, I can forgive myself for being the version that I was, and I can also allow myself to be the version that I want to be. With the inner masculine energy, it's very much like trying to practice that discernment and that deciphering of what is meant for us and what energies we want to invest in. We got the Seven of Swords, Two of Wands, Queen of Swords, and the Wheel. It's very much like giving me this vibe of the inner masculine has a lot of energy being expended in places, and he wants to keep up, almost like that, this doing energy, but it's almost like it almost feels more exhausting because there's so much happening, almost that there's so much contrast happening that having to make those decisions is kind of taking a bit more energy. And so giving yourself time to make these discerning choices and being able to discern what connections, jobs, activities you want to invest in is going to be really important, because you don't want the burnout. You don't want your masculine to feel like he has to completely retreat, because then the feminine's triggering of the abandonment is going to be really activated. So ensuring that you give yourself time and space to go move through the discernment, use your intuition, have these inner conversations with yourself to be able to know like where are we going, and reiterating that over and over and over so that you don't forget, right? So that you don't return to that Eight of Cups energy, or the energy of going back to things that feel more comfortable, because you don't have the energy to sustain the discernment of being able to continually make those choices. But life is different, and the masculine is, the Wheel is giving that energy of like, and the Queen of Swords, like life is different now. And you have to be able to admit that to yourself. You have to also be able to sit in that energy and be like, wow, like this is the life that I actually wanted to create, and it's changed. The energy has shifted. I've changed. My reality has changed. My connections have changed. Like things have changed. Whether it's big or small, it doesn't matter. There's this element of things have changed, and there's now this need to create sustainability and consistency in that the masculine is currently working on. And the Seven of Swords energy, though, is that fear and that doubt, that self-doubt of being able to trust ourselves to continue making that consistency, showing up for ourselves with that devotion. So just making sure that you allow that inner masculine voice to also speak, be received, be loved, allowing your feelings to be felt, and that also in that also like dropping into your body, allowing yourself to be in your body and have fun, do fun things too. The inner union energy is Temperance with the Nine of Wands. So I feel like this is the embodiment, or this is the embodied energy of these two. So it is very much like bringing balance into your life with conscious awareness, and also having the Nine of Wands. To me, that's like boundaries, that's awareness, that is like this element of not self-abandoning anymore. And so these energies are working together, and I will say it's a different energy than the previous masculine feminine reading I did, because yes, these energies are still working together, but they are being tested in the sense of like, because things are changing, because things are moving, and there's this element of having to continue to choose that devotion and build that consistency. And I think the feeling of it is that in previous situations, the consistency and the abandonment of that devotion or of those visions, those insights of the feminine, of the masculine, like just self-abandonment in general was a really big theme. And right now that's what's being asked to be transmuted, transformed, integrated. And so there is an element of like, this kind of feels exhausting and this feels hard, but it is also to the work and the effort of continuously choosing self and continuously showing up for the life that we say we want to live. And but also too, like, if this isn't an energy of having to like exhaust yourself in order to do that. This is just the energy of creating self-trust to be able to create consistency. I don't know, that's the word that keeps coming up, consistency. Keep doing it, keep choosing you, keep making even the small choices. Like if you're strolling on your phone and you're like, oh, I really want to be doing this, then, you know, making those little changes, those conscious changes in each moment is what that is pointing towards. Anything else? Okay, we have the Star, the Knight of Cups, and the Magician. So to me, this energy is telling us, like, things are already changing. Like, we already have the vision, we already know, and it is up to us to continuously devote ourselves to that. And I don't feel like there's this pressure to need to have it all figured out right now. This is a few videos back, maybe last week sometime, I was talking about longevity, and that's exactly what this is building, right? This is the foundation for emotional fulfillment. And in order to do that, emotional safety also comes with consistency, transparency, honesty, the decision to show up and be devoted to ourselves. And so it's the act of doing that. Whether big, whether small, it doesn't seem to matter in this case. It's just a matter of allowing our masculine to also speak to, like, I need to rest, or I need to sleep more, I need to eat more. Like, also listening to those small cues so that you can ensure that you're receiving your own guidance, you're receiving your own needs, and showing up for yourself. But overall, like, know that your life is different. You're not crazy. You're not in a position of having to second guess yourself or question whether or not you're on the right path. You are. Just right now, like, we have to let go of timing. There's no deadline here. It's not like, oh, I have to get this, I have to practice this so it's perfected in time for this, or so that I get this. It's not even about that anymore. It's not about getting the external timeline perfect, or getting the external relationship that we want, or anything like that. It doesn't even feel like that anymore. It just feels like I am embracing my own love and attention and devotion and consistency and my own needs, and I'm practicing this every day so that I can be the best version of myself for me and for the things that I want to be doing, so that I can show up more expressed authentically, so that I can show up with more love. And I'm also not going to second guess myself, my feelings, and I'm really anchoring and trusting my intuition. Like, there's just all these elements almost circling around you, and you're just practicing them. Like, it's not about perfection, it's about practice at this point, but things are different. So that's why you're practicing, because you haven't been in this state before. So keeping that in mind, I'm sending you so much love. I will be back tomorrow. If you have any questions that you want me to maybe touch on about this reading or about life in general, leave them in the comments. Please leave a thumbs up. I really want to make sure that my content gets out there. I want to build up my channel, build a community, so I'd appreciate any support that you can extend. And of course, please subscribe. But yeah, this is amazing, and I'm really excited for you. So sending you my love. I will talk to you soon.